you're considering bringing home a long-eared, cotton-tailed family member. Are you ready? Well, in the spirit of the Easter season and with rabbits already being snatched up as novelty Easter presents, I thought it would be a good idea to make sure that you're prepared for the big responsibility that rabbits bring. Rabbits make wonderful additions to a home, but their responsibility is grossly underestimated, and they aren't the right pets for everyone. With so many of them filling up the rescue centres, perhaps this video will at least prevent one rabbit being mistakenly bought for or by someone who discovers that it isn't the right pet for them. So here are just 10 points about rabbit ownership and the responsibility that it brings. Rabbits live on average for 8 to 12 years. The smaller the rabbit, the longer it will live. This means you will still have your rabbit in a decade's time. Are you ready to give 10 years to your rabbits? And will you have the ability to keep them for that long? Do you have plans to start a family in that time? Or if you're younger, do you have plans to go to college or university? What will happen to your rabbits when you get to these stages in your life? Consider your future carefully when deciding if a rabbit is right for you. Rabbits need to be spayed or neutered to keep them in good health, and also to help prevent unwanted behaviours, especially if they're living with other rabbits. They also need regular vaccinations to protect them from common diseases like myxomatosis and RHD. Depending on how much your vet charges, it may be a good idea to get insurance for your rabbits in order to help cover any unexpected vet costs. Rabbits are naturally social animals who live in large groups in the wild. You should always consider getting 2 rabbits so that they can play, groom and socialise with each other. This is especially important if you aren't at home much. If you work, go to school, or your rabbit is alone for long periods of time, a companion is going to keep them entertained and happy all day, so you won't have to worry while you're not there. Keeping rabbits in small hutches was a practice that was introduced in Victorian times as somewhere to keep the rabbits before they were sent to be eaten. Thankfully, nowadays the rabbit's welfare comes first, and there is a big difference in the way pet rabbits have to be kept and in what is considered to be acceptable for their welfare. The cages sold in pet shops are based on those Victorian-style cages and are not suitable for permanent living. A pet rabbit's cage should be no smaller than 6 foot long by 2 foot wide and 2 foot tall, with an 8 foot by 4 foot run permanently attached, and they should have a couple of hours outside of their cage every day as well. Alternatively, your rabbits could live indoors just like a cat or dog does. House rabbits are increasingly popular, and it is said that they live longer and sometimes healthier lives than outdoor rabbits. They're also exceptionally easy to litter train. Fencing off an area in the house, or even an entire room for your rabbit to live in, is a great way of providing space. If you don't have any cats or dogs in your house, you could also consider letting your rabbits have free range of the entire home, so long as it's rabbit-proofed, of course. Remember that rabbits love to dig and chew, so if your home is filled with valuable or expensive furniture, they might not be the right pet for you. Hay and grass make up 80% of a rabbit's diet, and they should always have access to it 24 hours a day. Your rabbit will eat massive amounts of hay each week, and this can get pricey. Fresh vegetables should make up about 10% of the diet, and good quality rabbit pellets should only make up 5%. You should look into which kind of hay, vegetables and pellets are available to you, so that you can estimate how much food will cost each month. This price varies for every owner. Also remember that rabbits are strict herbivores and should never consume meat, dairy, nuts or seeds of any kind. Rabbits do not like to be picked up and cuddled. They are prey animals and picking them up is extremely stressful and upsetting for them. All interactions with rabbits should be done at their level. That means with all 4 feet firmly on a solid surface. The yearly cost of 2 rabbits averages roughly $1,000 US. You also have to consider the cost of vet bills, which varies from place to place, but nonetheless can cost hundreds depending on the treatment. There are ways to save money, such as on DIY toys and buying your hay in bales from farms, but they still aren't cheap pets. In the United Kingdom alone, rabbits are the #1 most neglected pet, with over 60,000 of them being abandoned or dumped in rescues every single year. In the US, they are the 3rd most abandoned pet. The average time for a rabbit to be abandoned is after just 3 months of being brought home, so before visiting breeders or pet shops, take a look in your local rescues and on adoption websites. It's very unlikely that you won't find rabbits near you up for adoption. The best times to check rescues are in the weeks following the Easter and Christmas holidays. This is when unwanted gift rabbits start turning up, and most of them are still very young, usually less than 6 months old. According to shelters and rescue organisations, the majority of rabbits are abandoned due to their owners, who are commonly young children, losing interest in them or not having the time for their care. Other reasons for abandonment include being too expensive to keep, moving house, having too many pets, and having allergies. These are reasons that could easily be avoided with careful planning, research, and preparation before getting a rabbit, instead of impulse buying or failing to research their care needs and financial requirements. To make the best start as a rabbit owner, research everything you need to know and more. Get your information from credible websites and forums, and not in the Google search engine or on Yahoo Answers. Rabbits require a responsible owner who's going to be dedicated to them their whole lives. Having a stable home and stable financial income is key to being prepared for any pet. If you live in a rented house, be sure to discuss the possibility of rabbits with your landlord. Not every homeowner wants animals in their house. Spending plenty of time and bonding with your rabbits is also very important, especially for spotting changes in health. As a prey animal, rabbits will hide illness and injuries, and they rely on you to know when they need to see their vet. Rabbits are not simple pets. They're not cheap pets, and they certainly aren't young children's pets. However, having them in your life is very rewarding, and they are wonderful animals. They're worth every minute and every penny. Just be sure to think carefully before making the decision to bring rabbits into your life. Research their needs, join a rabbit forum, visit modern rabbit websites, and work out how much you're going to need to spend each month. Don't get rabbits if you're unable to fully provide for them. You have an entire lifetime in which you can own whatever pets you want. If you aren't ready for them now, just be patient and wait until you are. Hopefully this video has helped you to decide if rabbits are the right pet for you. If you found it useful and enjoyed it, why not hit the like and share button to help us out? In the description box is going to be some links to some excellent rabbit websites, forums and YouTube channels that I strongly recommend you checking out. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. I'm going to start by showing you Einstein's cage, which is the lac cage, and you can find the tutorial for it linked in the description box. This cage has 903 square inches of floor space, it's fully enclosed, and the substrate being used is a non-branded aspen.